You'll be absolutely shocked of how the interest rates have impacted the values of homes and the demands of homes here in St. George, Utah. Listen up. I did some stats for June to August of 2022 and compared them to June, August of 2023. And here are the stats. Last year, the average price of a home in Little Valley, I took it as a sample, of a 2,400 square foot home, average list price was $755, average sold price was $728. Now, which is about 96.5% sold to list price ratio. I compared that to this year. This year, from June to July or June to August of 2023, the average list price was $677, average sold price was $663, which is about 98% of list to sold price. Which is also interesting is that last year, 38 homes sold within that time window in Little Valley. And this year, 24 homes sold in that same window of time. So the demand of homes, the amount of homes that have actually sold has decreased by 36.5%. Isn't that nuts? And if you think about it, rates back then, if you were to get an interest rate on a mortgage last year, average was 5.75. This year is 6.85. In fact, rates have gone up even higher since then. Well, what does that tell you? Well, what I did is I plugged in the number of a 728, which was the average sold price of last year. And I said, well, if I'm putting 20% down at a 728 purchase price with an interest rate of 5.75, what would be my payment? And the payment came out to roughly $3,732. $3,732. Well, I said, well, that's interesting. So what about this year? If someone bought a home this year and paid $663 for that home, but with the higher interest rate, what would their payment be? Guess what happened? The rate or the mortgage payment, including all in taxes and everything, came out to $3,762, which is pretty much almost the same as what it was last year. So rates or values of homes have actually come down by almost 10%. Rates have gone up by more than 1%. And the demand for homes has decreased, so less homes have actually sold. Well, so what does this tell you? If you are a homeowner and you're thinking, maybe I need to sell, most people are not going to be moving in this market unless they have to, right? And a have to move is job transfer, someone passes away, someone has a new baby, you need more space or you want to downsize, the house is getting too old, whatever it is, there's got to be a life change that takes place where you're going to want to make a move, right? Those are the have to, the divorces and those types of things. And so if you are not in that category where you don't have to move, then you might want to stay put. And those people are staying put, and that's what's actually keeping the demand still higher, or in the sense that the supply is not as high, and therefore the demand for homes is still decent, right? The demand has gone down, but the values of homes have stayed a little bit better. They would have fallen a lot more if more people put their homes on the market. But if you've got a 3% interest rate, unless you have to sell, you're not going to want to sell that property to now get a almost 7% interest rate, or even higher than that. And so if you are a seller looking to sell or contemplating selling, or if a life event is going to happen and it's pending, you might consider putting your home on the market today or sooner than later, because as rates continue to climb, they're at 7.75 or 7.5 a little bit ago. Feds anticipate, or the economists anticipate, that rates get into the 8s by the end of this year. And if that happens, guess what's going to happen to demand? See, people don't buy homes based on the interest rates, nor do they buy properties based on the value of the price of the home. They buy affordability. They buy a payment. They look at what they can rent a home for, and they look at what they can buy a home for and what their mortgage payment's going to be. People buy mortgage payments. And so if the rates has a direct impact on their mortgage payments, then that's going to influx, or that's going to dictate what the value of that home is going to be, or what they could afford. So last year, someone, with a lower interest rate could afford a higher mortgage, but this year they can't, and now have a direct impact on what the demand for those homes in those specific price points are. So if you're looking at making a move, a life event may or may not happen, or you think it may happen, you might be better off today getting a home on the market, getting it sold while values are still decent. Because if values go down by another 10%, with rates going up by another 1%, which could very well happen, will have a direct impact on your bottom line as far as the affordability or the demand for your house based on who the buyers are and what they could afford. So if you have any questions or would like to get an evaluation of your property, give us a call. You can reach us at 435-212-4233, or send us a message through Instagram, social media, or on this platform as well. Okay, have a good day.